give it a second while it's starting. Oh, I'm connected to chat. Perfect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 10 of Trails to Cold Steel Quartz Randomised, where I go about randomising what I specifically am able to put in the slots in terms of their elements. So, for example, this is Reen setup. Some might say that's a bit too much time on my hands, but yeah, what can I say? This part of the game, we are off to the capital of Erebonia for the purposes of our field study. Ain't that nice? Both groups are heading there, but for different parts. So, of course, our mission statement is to try and get Fee and Laura to be more friendly to each other, in terms of whatever differences they happen to have with each other. Although we already do know that Laura wants Fee to try more, Fee doesn't want to try more. Very simple character working, but there you know. We get a description of Handar, though it's the capital and all that, and the Emperor lives there, because why would he not? Of course we can talk to everyone, we can play Blade. In fact, I do want to play some Blade, just
Go easy on me,
make things a little eased into things for this part. We're playing a bit of Blade. And I got shit. Fucking okay. Well, shall I luck on this one? Oh. He mirrored that? Really? And he bolted that? Does he just not have good cards, or? No, he has good cards. He must.
The same score means we draw again,
Oh,
right?
you gotta be kidding me.
The same score means we draw again.
Oh no.
Looks like you're up first.
I did a bolt. Fuck off, game.
Really? You're playing that now?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, I've lost.
I win!
But that's bullshit. Oh, you know what? Let's not play Blade anymore. I don't want to test my current RNG luck at the moment. That was bullshit. Anyway. Crap. It's a very quick trip, as Trista and Heimdall are really quite next to each other. In terms of travel, it's either you go along one specific path for like a few hours, for like an hour or two, or you take a train that takes a lot less. It's a similar situation to, I'd say actually the gap's probably more like the distance between certain parts of London, kind of, I would say more, or at least more stuff in that area that isn't necessarily London, but, or I would say there isn't really a train. Is there a train between Taunton and Bridgewater? I don't know. I forget. We get stopped by Claire because she's here for the purposes of doing stuff, and Marcus's dad. Super important government official, Ragnat. Is the nepotism winning through the veins again? Anywho, we are to be making sure that things are going swimmingly in Heimdall during the summer festival. It's good to have additional manpower through the form of some students. And who knows what the Imperial Liberation Front might be trying to do. So both groups leave the station and head off in their respective sections. And this city uses trams. Although cars are a thing about on the streets, as they are commonly used by people who can afford them, the trams are also quite useful. It means that the roads actually have some really good architecture to them, for the purposes of being able to use multiple forms of transport. Public transport is important, after all. You get that, Tories? Public transport is important. Okay, well, I'll wag on the political scene of the UK later, but for now, hey, we get a bit of a preview of a little bit of Fakir Street, and we land in Alto Street, where our thing is addressed to. Elliot, however, directs us towards his house. Yeah, that's right, we landed on the street where Elliot lives. How convenient. We also end up on the street that Marcus lived as well. So it's good that they got this side, actually. Look at that, eh? But nonetheless, we get to go into Elliot's house, and we get to see Elliot's sister. Yay! Touching reunion aside, Fiona Craig. Honestly, it's... This is when it's like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, Olaf Craig, yeah, that's their dad. It's just like, wait, the Olaf Craig? So, Elliot has quite a military background. Ground in his family. Okay, sure, extensively just within one member but of the family, but you know. Anywho, the address that's listed on the document for the key, on the key, I believe, is the former guild branch. Story time. So the reason why the branches for the Bracer Guild in Heimdall were closed was because of some kind of mysterious fire, and then Osborne used it as an opportunity to go, we don't need bracers in Heimdall, what's the worst that could happen? Obviously, 4 Coastal games later, and a lot of things can go wrong. But you know. Ultimately, of course, Bracer Guilds all over the place in Arabonia have been closed because, well, for some reason in the Empire, bracers are just not viewed as something that's necessary, unlike every other region. You'll see bracers in Lebel, bracers in Crossbell, bracers in Calvid, and while there are a few bracers in Arabonia, it's pretty much located in like 1 or 2 areas. Anyway, we've got a whole bunch of required stuff, and then Amber and Moor, the one that's only optional. It's the only optional one. So do it if you want. It's on Auto Street, so it allows for you to quickly do it if you, well, start it at least. You have to move about. And so we have, well, somewhat free reign to go in amongst different areas of Heimdall. First things first, let's go to Atoli to get started on the Amber and Moor quest. Old man Hemming, unfortunately his, what is it, final? Yeah, final. His final thing for this is broken, and we gotta get a new one. Obviously, since Elliot has a history of liking music, we go to his house first to ask Fiona whether they have a copy. Simple enough logic. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and we get recommended to go to Plaza Bifrost in Fakir Street. Which means now we can leave. Literally, if you want to leave, you can an area. You can either just press tab and just travel to another district, head to one of these bits here. That's just the exit way, and I believe in some cases you can just go over to the tram bit here, and you just get straight out the menu. So let's go top to bottom in terms of doing all of this stuff. Starting off with Fakir Street. Fakir Street? Whatever. If we get doing this, we do get an animation of the tram, so it's a little slower doing that. But anyway, Fakir Street. There's Plaza Bifrost, and a whole bunch of stores, and the Imperial Chronicle. We do actually have one of our main objectives is in the Imperial Chronicle building. It is specifically the Chronicles of the Chronicle quest. So let's go and get a start on that. We report to the reception, and Norton's here! Yay! Character returning, even no matter how minor. That's always fun to see happen. But but our objective is clear. We've got to go and actually, I read through the dialogue. Our objective is very clear. In fact, we are to go and get some photos and a comment from a bunch of stores here on the street. And so 2 of them are in the plaza, so it's very well down on the game. So now we have more reasons to go in there now. We also have to go to the weapon shop. To get a comment, so while we're doing this, let's exchange our mirror and let's get some better weapons. For Ween, we are going to get a better weapon for Aurora and for Fee, and then we'll save what money we've got. And I believe the other one did say, oh yeah, the Orbital Factory is one of them as well. We're not going to be unlocking any slots at the moment. And then there's the boutique. And then it's to the plaza. First, we shall carry on more by asking at the information desk. We end up having to go to the Ost district to be able to find the copy. And we'll get our comments from the other stores that we need to talk to. One of which is this place here, Mimosa Cafe. But we're done here later. But for now, nothing else is to be done in here. Once you've gotten all the comments, return to the Imperial Chronicle and hand it in. And we're done. We're simple. We get a reward and leave. That was a required request. We had to do it. So now let's go to the. Now we'll go to the Ost district for armor more in a moment. But there's the Garniers district. We're going top to bottom, so it just makes sense for this. The Garnier district. This is where we've got a required quest to go and kill a monster underneath the hotel. The Himmel. Not sure why they decided to call the hotel the Himmel. It seems like a dumb idea, but we won't be allowed down yet. The owner, either the owner or like a manager or something, isn't there, and we get told to that we'll have to wait. So, since we're unable to do that quest right at this moment, let's go to the Ost district to go and finish off Umber and Moore by getting the copy and then going back to Alto Street to hand it in. Welcome to the Ost district. It's a much more, well, let's just say I definitely wouldn't be remiss to saying this. Over here are 2 NPCs, Cargo and Padre? These 2 know Marcus, and let's be fair. Marcus is known around here. Fair enough. Right, where's the store? I've forgotten where it is. I literally went past it. I'm a dum-dum. Although, then again, it was green on green, so... Yeah. Anyway, the used goods shop is where we need to go. And turns out they do have it. Yay! And so we're finally done with that. Phew. Well, we're not finally done with it. We're gonna have it in. Hats Off is in Dracula's Plaza, so we'll head to Dracula's Plaza after this. So yes, you do have to do all the other quests before getting your hands on the last one. But yeah, let's go back to Alto Street to hand it in. Hand in armor more. Oh, we went and shopped instead. We wanted to talk. And now the music in here has changed to the music that was wanted. Certainly is different. Anyway, let's leave and head to Dreadcall's Plaza. This is a different to the other districts. This place is solely a statue and then the entryway to Flamefell Palace. It was Foul Flame Palace. I forget what it's going to be called. Let's say when I go over here. Good lord, it does allow you to go quite a distance to this. Behold, a palace. You can't actually go in there.
Here's the statue of Emperor Dreykles. He strikes
The low part, the definitely aged statue. Anyway, hats off is started by talking to this person at the gelato stand, and the guy whose hat has gone missing has disappeared elsewhere. Also, for those of you that are used to seeing occurrences, Anton's here for some reason. Then again, it's getting close to the festival, makes sense if he's here travelling around Erebonia. Makes sense to have landed here at this sort of time frame. Oh, yeah, we're meant to actually take a good look at... Wait, what was it called? Because I'm mucking up the name. Foul Flame. Okay, it's Foul Flame. I'm good. Okay. Phew. Right. Quickly run over towards the bridge that leads to it. There are guards right in front, so there's no way we're getting in there. And the other group happened to be here at the same time. Yay! So we get to discuss things, including about having lunch. Ain't that lovely? So plans for lunch have been made, and we'll do that after we've done all of our requests. So now we shall go. It's the Ost District. We're back to the Ost District for this. The Gamgee's Pub. We gotta get this hat back to a guy, but no, obviously not this guy. Turns out there's a cat sleeping here. I've not noticed this before. Oh, anyway, there's actually quite a few cats about here. Anyways, let's go to the house that we were meant to go to and talk to the guy's wife? Question mark? I don't know. Apparently he's going back to go get his hat because he's realised he's lost it. Oh shit, we better stop him. Dude, Jim, I've got your hat. I forget his name. What? We stopped Jim from going off on a wild goose chase. And we're done, which means we hand in the quest, we get some gelato, and now we've got our monster killing quest to do. Over in the Garnia district. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so the way around it goes is that lunch happens before we do the monster killing quest. Okay, right. I forget that. I forget it. But anyway, the Lords still distance to each other. The other group go off to do their tasks elsewhere. And we now go back to the Garnia district so that we can go to the hotel to kill a monster. Owen the Noble is here. So he can give us the key. A woman in a lovely blue dress, making them look very like a bit like a peacock, is walking down the stairs. Elliot and Marquis become massive simps because it's Vita Cantilde, the Azure Diva. She's amazing in her theatred shows, apparently. Though some people in Crossbell and certainly one person in Fours will say that obviously Rixia is much better of doing anything but in the Arkansas, but hey, that's the Crossbell games for you. Apparently everything's better there. Point being, Elliot and Marquis really just need to calm there. Need to stop being down bad for her, and also we've definitely heard her voice before because Spoiler alert, that's Misty, the host of Our Bedtime. You know, it makes sense for her to do something. Right, let's go. We gotta kill monsters. I really do need to get some mirror to be able to buy armor. The Underground. This area was designed back during as early as the Dark Ages, and so yeah, the architecture is definitely different in some ways. But this is our dungeon. This is the first passage. We are going to go with Law in the party, but due to how this bit works, we're gonna have to set Reen with one of these two, and then the other can be with Elliot, because we can't link them together, so it's a shame, really, because it'd be good if I could. Anyway, the various monsters here. Oh, damn it!
My turn.
Well, anyways, it's been a while since we've had Fee in our party, so just remember what I can do.
Target lock.
Oh, we missed.
My turn.
Right.
Of course.
My turn.
Oh, right.
Listen to my song of healing.
They really like to pounce on Fee, which is unfortunate.
You have my thanks.
My turn.
An opening. You're so.
Well, that one was still... okay, right, okay, well, we're in battle, so, again, very quickly. Right, we've got 0 art, so, let's see... what are these actually weak to? Okay, fire mainly, but... What's going on? I'm just going to open the window. Bum, 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 bum. Trying to not tangle myself up on my headset cable. There. Because that would be disastrous. Anyways, let's...
Arcus activate.
My turn. Too slow.
Yay, the must have worked really well.
Let's go. You're open.
Hopefully it would appear that these ones don't want to pounce as often. So we've cut them. We are down to just the one, which...
You still have a lot of training to do.
Right then.
Not bad.
Level 5-3, level 5-4, level 5-4, and Petrification Shell! An area large attack that gives a 50% chance of petrifying as long as the enemy can actually be petrified. This is a good support skill, because Petrify, fun fact with Petrify, you can't just outright remove, you can't just suddenly stop being petrified. You have to use things like Courier Bombs or Courier, or the Courier Art, or various crafts. It's a very useful skill to have, actually. Since we're right near the entrance, I might as well use the west point. Like. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave because V has probably got really shit armor on. I'm gonna see what Seraph I have. and exchange it at the orbital shop, and then I'm going to go to the boutique and buy armor. Because, fucking hell, I want my characters to live, damn it. While he didn't die, I got very close, is my point. Oh, wait, this is not the orbital shop. I went to the wrong button. Right, let's see. Shop, buy. Equip. Alright, so look at jacket, for dress, look at jacket, but it's this one I've got. Let's put accessories on free. Let's see, prevent freeze, and let's give you some additional speed, why not? Because everyone else has accessories from what I was doing in the schoolhouse, so... Right, now that we've actually gave our guys some equipment, let's go back into the underground without fear of taking way too much damage. We don't have to go up that way anyway, because I did open the chest, right? Yeah, I did, okay, good. Afraid going that way again then. The twisting corners of the underground. Oh, one of these enemies. Gotta keep in mind that they will be weaker to magic.
Advantages are.
And let's do that. Okay. Water and fire. Well, ain't that convenient that Ween has hydro cannon.
Okay.
Of course. Hey!
Hydro cannon murdering. Woo. And then he gets the final shot because of course he steals the kill. Why would he not?
All right.
Dum, dum, dum. That is a fat bat.
Let's get this over with.
My
A
turn.
fat bat will meet its meet its end. It's a bull bat. Ah, even my rhyming didn't even make sense because of that. No. Oh, still does decent damage.
Here we go.
Right.
My turn.
My turn. Off guard.
Okay.
My turn.
My turn. Is everybody okay?
Let's see what type of chest is up here. Ah, normal white chest. Good.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
We get a rare version of Grand Press. That's useful. As that means it will give some defense and strength. So it might be better off giving it to Marcus. Then, since he can use it, it is Earth locked slot. came. We triple advantage. Just attack. It's triple advantage. Looks like we're getting 2 crits in amongst it all.
Here we go. Go.
An opening.
You're done.
My turn.
Bum, 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 dum, 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 bum,
We did it.
bum, 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 bum. Right, on this way we go.
This would make a great training area. I envy the people who live around here.
Die.
Nothing to
I'll handle it.
Go.
my turn. Huh? Now. Fall.
I just realised that now the flank tank's not going to really hit him. Mistake on that end aside. Because yeah, now all the odds hit the same bloody one! Yay!
Okay.
So of course at the time of streaming this, I've heard the news of Kick giving XQC 100 million for 2 years. And it's like, and I'm just thinking, yeah, it was 100. For some reason, all I could think of is when Mixer was like, we've got Ninja for 50 million. And I'm just thinking, okay, if this goes down the same way as with Mixer, then I'll only be able to go, I told you so. Because just because you're able to give a ton of money to a popular streamer doesn't mean you're going to get that money back necessarily. Because at the end of the day, Microsoft bought Mixer and then got rid of it. So clearly, giving tons of money to a person that happens to get a good amount of viewership on one platform doesn't mean they're going to be able to get all that viewership over to your platform. The idea of the non-exclusivity is so that people won't go, see, they're just poaching. It's like,
Off guard. Fall.
Okay, safe for now.
it's like at the end of the day, the people that get these kinds of deals are the people that probably have quite a good amount of money now. Are probably the ones that happen to get a really good amount of money anyway, normally. So it's not really gonna change much in terms of their own financials. So they'll just do it because, well, hey, what's more money? Why would we not? You know? Versus those that have to decide whether they are willing to bet on platforms that might not be as good, or might be the best one. You have to. It's like with all the video platforms that exist. YouTube's the one people go to because people don't use Dailymotion. Vimeo required Vimeo required other stuff. Vimeo is a different thing. Ultimately, there's enough aspects where it's like, yeah, YouTube is the top one because for proper, just full-on videos, because it's not really something that you will have a whole company built around as easily, because something costs just that much. But there's so many stuff to it that's a bit weird in my opinion. Anyway, Laura now has Hydro Cannon on the cannon Master Quartz. And we got Genbu, another Earth Quartz. Yay. Well. That bat tried to take me down. No. Now in the second underground passage area. Map is very similar, and it's a clear-cut straight line after a few more corners, just enemies about. So we get ourselves a curio bomb from this chest. We head over this way.
We have nothing. Go.
End up in battle.
Right. Focus activate.
Okay.
There's a motorbike nearby. I don't know exactly where nearby because it's behind me. So that means it would still be actually a bit of a distance away. That is actually a loud bike if I'm hearing it from behind. Now I can hear sirens. Well, meanwhile, the most epic of like chase scenes are occurring like over across the road near to me or something. I hope that's the case, and I just look up after the stream and just see like a news report, and it's just like random idiot drives bike very fast. Didn't crash into tree, thankfully. That would have been quite a smear to clean up. I did it! EP charge free! Oh, no, you leave me alone, you dumb drone. A room full of monsters that were just burning by because I want to go to the heal point. Another room full of monsters to run past. And this room which allows us to heal. And also customize weaponry if we have the mirror and the U materials. Or whatever else is needed. Actually, is U materials needed? Because the one I forget. Because I haven't been seeing it. Yeah, okay, U materials are needed. Let's just upgrade this. I like Triander. I like that there is one of Laura's two-handed swords is just straight up called Zweihander, because that is what a two-handed, because that Zweihander is German for two-handed. it's like some of the Dark Knight weapons in Final Fantasy XIV that are called Zweihanders, and it's like, yeah, they're two-handed. We know they're two-handed. We start this battle with Laura and Fee linked, and suddenly flashbacks to Brayhard occur. Let's hope Ween doesn't get hurt and then have to have Agent dumb magic secretly attempted to be used. Anyway, the giant drone, it is weak to fire and a little bit weakness to earth, and has a bit of immunity to wind. It can be blinded and it can be burned, so that can be helpful. 44,950 health on normal difficulty, and it has a bunch of ads with it, so keep that in mind. It will also try to cast darts, so make sure you've got someone who can impede, actively doing that just to make sure that it doesn't get away with it. This fight's actually not so good for them because these enemies are more magical based, but hey, you know, that's what happens, I guess. Oh god, a lot of them have like tons. Oh yeah, they're not weak to earth in the slightest. Well, I think a Sylphie Dance is just going to do the trick on the ads. Yes, we missed. Ha 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 ha. Arc slash. Just not sounding beat, just because now there's just the one enemy. Unless it casts magic, I don't. It's gonna do physical attack. So I was like physical attackers and maybe some more things. But I'll just do the trick. And their link severs.
My turn.
And you can't reapply any links to the two of them for 4 turns. So I've got long enough while where I'm like, maybe I'm just gonna Radiant Dance and switch to Arceus, personally, in my opinion. At least then he could also be linked to people. The,
Right. Focus activate. My turn. All right.
but I might not switch to Magic because really I'm not really taking much damage. I am using Grand Press a bunch of areas, so
Okay. Good luck.
I'll take care of this.
yeah, let's make it up front. Genius idea, me.
Hang in there, everyone.
You have my thing. Thanks.
His healing skill allows for EP to be healed. That's why it's nice to do stuff. It's special operation. It allows for us to be having our defense be lowered, and I have no way of heightening it. So
I'll pick you up. Oh no, you don't.
My turn.
Let's switch back to Fee right now because I think that might be better. Oh hey, Fee's done with having this stuff because I took off the pie.
Target locked.
My turn. Shatter.
My turn.
Yeah, we did it.
Okay, that was tough. Nice work.
Most people got
Success.
level ups. We got Scud Ripper now on V. For a small line AoE, it has a 30% chance of feint and 30% chance of just straight up killing the enemy. Yay!
A plus.
We still haven't gotten Brilliant Spin. God damn it. Okay, right. Fair enough. We don't need it yet. Clearly, these two need to work out their differences, and both suggest being removed from the front line. So Reed, of course, goes, no, I'll remove myself. Mikey should obviously think, this is similar anyway, but not really. Thankfully, the monster is actually full on defeated, so we're not having to worry about that. Going into this room, regardless of whether there are any enemies there or not, we'll activate a cutscene. Elliot notices something. And there's this button on this wall. Pressing the button will reveal to us a secret way to more passageways of this underground.
Stay on guard.
Oh, because they're both here, so... something.
Let's go.
An opening.
You're finished.
I'll handle
Leave it to me. Locked
Why are the hit rates so shit now all of a sudden? Like, these are just bats.
Target lock.
How good he did. The only one that actually got hit was the one that was petrified, so of course he got hit.
My turn.
An opening. My turn.
It's my turn.
I'll handle it.
Right.
My turn.
It's not over yet. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
We can hear music in the distance. How lovely. Anyway, right. I don't care what the game decides to do storyline wise. Ah, I can't switch reading. This is bullshit. Ah, fucking hell. I'm just gonna use two.
Now's our chance.
Okay. Here we go.
My turn.
Leave it to me. Take that.
Of course.
Now. I'll take you up. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't spot my nose.
It's my turn.
Oh, I hope not. Yeah.
My turn. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, Marcus now has Ariel. Let's start about Kingdom or stuff parts. We finally unlocked Gale! It's a large AoE attack, has a chance of sailing, and just hits, and it's a great way to just deal a whole bunch of damage to a whole bunch of enemies. And for veterans of the series will know that Gale is a wind technique, funnily enough, within the 8 Leaves 1 stuff. So, of course, most likely to have seen person using would be, of course, Arios. But to be fair, he's a Divine Blade of Wind, and that makes a lot of sense. The sounds of the music get ever more clearer.
There's a light.
The sound's getting louder too.
I want to heal! Let me heal! Damn it, game, why did they make it so the voice lines have to not let you actually do certain stuff? And then you can do other things that would also disrupt it anyway, so... I did open it, actually, yeah, I did. I'm pressing the wrong buttons again, yay! Fingers work. And we find ourselves coming out of a secret entryway to Meta Park, as some violins are playing. Ah, so peaceful. Oh, it's evening. We can relax a little bit after all that monster killing and Fee and Laura not being able to cooperate fully. At least they weren't at each other's throats. That is always a beneficial thing. But it makes sense that due to how the tunnels work, that you could probably pop out pretty much anywhere. Anyway, head on over this way, and a bunch of people in the same uniform are playing, two playing violins, and the girl is playing a flute. Because of course. Only men play violin, or viola, if you want to go that well. These are actually people who are going to a music academy that Elliot wanted to go to, but because of Olaf being like, military stuff, blah, 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 it ended up being a case of new. Anyway, night befalls Heimdall as they return to Alto Street, get a chance to see Elliot's room, which is full of instruments. Elliot explains some of his backstory, including his mum dying, unfortunately, And of course, goals happen to align. Elliot happens to have got a bit of luck being here. Anyway, Elliot decides to stay at his own house. Fair enough. I don't blame him. And for some dumb reason we all now have to go to Meta Park just so that people can, just so Laura and Fee can hash it out in battle. Although I do urge the idea of being careful doing stuff in the middle of at night, because I mean loud sounds of battle probably wouldn't be a good idea for purposes of security. A bunch of dialogue occurs. Ween officiates a duel, and we get to just sit and watch as Fee and Laura do a whole bunch of their crafts. And normal attacks.
Shatter! Target locked.
Here.
Grenade sounds.
Impressive.
They won't do Scud Ripper, and if you've unlocked it, the spin move that Laura gets.
Allow me to show my strongest skill learned from my father.
I guess it's just in case you're under leveled for whatever reason. Both of them then proceed to do their S-Class at the same time, and Reen tells them to stop now. As they've clearly been out of the ring for longer than 10 seconds and started using illegal maneuvers, so both are getting double count-outed and brought to the back. God damn it, we have to go for the draw, don't we? The Duggan special, ladies and gentlemen. Morning to you too. Fee now explains her backstory of being in the Jaegers and the whole Zephyr's leader tragically died fighting the Red Constellation's leader. Again, crossbow games. God fucking damn it. Falcom, I'm keep dangling this over your head because fuck you. So the Zephyr just kind of dissolved. We know Garcia went to Crossbell, but besides that, we don't really know much about Zephyr at this point. Anyway, now a rematch from the practical exam if you chose Marcus in the previous fight. Now we can link Fee and Laura together, and they get to fight Marcus and Ween. Can I just go with a cheese them? No. Darn.
Locked and loaded.
Dilemma occurs. This fight actually has a level of bullshit to it,
Okay.
because Marcus has Petrification Shell.
Target locked.
Dilemma. Petrify. Any physical attack can just insta-kill.
I'll handle it.
I'm gonna have to use a coil pump. I hope Marcus doesn't petrify again,
Not my face.
because that's actually not fair.
Of course. Marcus activate.
All right, let's do this.
I'll handle it.
Of course. Shatter.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it, Fee, stop missing so often.
I'll handle it. Target locked.
Second form. Gale.
Oh God, he has Gale at this point. Ha, they missed horribly.
Hang in there, everyone. Thanks.
He keeps hitting Ween, even though I would reckon that it'd probably be better to stop hitting Ween and like focus on your own life, seeing as Ween's not taking damage.
How about this?
A shotgun directly to the face takes Fee down, because, you know, that's what happens when you take a shotgun to the face, funnily enough, RPGs.
This is so ridiculous.
My turn. Shatter.
the fuck? What the fuck, Wayne? Hang on a second, this seems completely and utterly unfair. He just... What? And you have to win the fight. I'm just gonna weaken enemies so that less bullshit hopefully occur, because, you know, fuck the game for being a bitch and S-crafting me. Recommendation: flash grenade and hope for blind. Oh, you know, horribly misweaned.
Hang in there, everyone. Thanks.
My turn. Shatter.
My turn. Target locked.
What the?
I was careless.
This is a very unfortunate situation.
My turn.
I do happen to want feet to be up, game. Funnily enough.
Fool. My turn. Behold.
My turn. Got it. Laura, let's go.
Of course.
How about this? There.
My turn. Target locked.
Finally, I seem to be getting, but
My turn.
Right.
Marcus is downed. Now to down wing.
Too slow.
Yes, a miss. Haha.
Okay.
Should have seen that coming.
Now, regardless of gameplay, what was meant to be a case was Fee and Laura just sweep them just completely.
Only just begun.
And we finally unlocked Brilliant Spin. It has a sanction feature, so no need to use Dark Matter to get enemies closer together for this attack, and has a chance of feint. Finally, they are able to be friends. Some guards happen to have overheard the commotion, and unfortunately that means getting dragged to the police, to whatever counts as a police station around here. So, unfortunately for them, they don't get much sleep during this night.
Drinks are on me someday.
Oh, and it tastes. We move on to our second day. Elliot, having been refreshingly getting sleep while we were all busy fighting, goes over to the ranch, to the former guild ranch, to get everyone. They thankfully do get a good breakfast at Elliot's home, and we have a monster to kill in the port. Again, it's in the underground waterway, but it's specifically from the port. You have to go. There's also Made for Walking, and oh no, in the Ost district. Made for Walking requires us to go to Fakir Street for that. So only one is actually required. That's kind of nice in a way. No need to do multiple required ones, and we are definitely going into the save menu and saving it. Once again, this has been a good hour actually of streaming. Okay, I'm going to leave this part off here. Next time we'll do day 2 and possibly more of the Heimdall's field study, or possibly going into other factors. Of course, check out my YouTube. This is where I upload the VODs and occasional other things that I happen to get up to sometimes. And of course, if you like my stuff and you're watching this on YouTube, follow me on Twitch and get notified when I'm doing this live. I will always stream at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. Specifically this, but I've recently been just doing other days as well, just for the fun of it, because I want to play this game and I quite like playing this game. I think I've gotten through the couple of barriers I think there are with this game that makes me go, do I want to though? So, you know, hopefully we'll be picking up more momentum. We'll get through this game before Reverie comes out. Maybe we'll get through all of Quartz 2. I don't know. Anyway, point being, yeah, Reverie, I definitely want to stream that when it comes out. So, anyway, I'll see you all next stream, which will probably be Monday.